was creating WITHER, the biggest thought that I had was the concept of uncertainty. I feel like it's something that everyone can relate to, and when I started writing the story, I didn't know who the character was or where she was going or where she had come from. I just knew that she was in a dark place and she was headed somewhere she was unsure of. And I felt like uncertainty is the main theme of the story. It's the concept that keeps going from beginning to end, and it's even told in the present tense because the narrator herself, she does not know where she will end up. She doesn't even know if she's going to live to see the end of the page. When I started writing, I had no idea what the story was going to be or where it was going, and I just was addicted to the story. I wanted to know what was going to happen next. And every day that I picked up the story, I was always surprised by how the characters turned out, where they were headed, the relationship they had with each other. And even though the story, the first draft, was actually written in 1 month, it took me several months of revisiting the text to find even more things that surprised me and more things to make it a complete story. And things were always popping out of the wallpaper to surprise me. Writing Cecily surprised me the most. I had originally planned for her to be a villain, and I spent all this time, when I was writing early drafts and I was just writing ideas in notebooks, her quotes were just popping into my head, the things she would say, the things she would do, and I was just writing them in the margins. And she's a very demanding, outspoken personality, and she's very duplicitous, and I never knew what she was going to do next. I did figure out that she's not a villain at all, and what I had perceived as maybe villainy or maybe brattiness was actually just a typical young girl in a very adult situation with adult expectations. I actually think dystopian novels are something that every generation can relate to. Dystopia in general as a genre is something that everyone can relate to, because prior to now we had Planet of the Apes, 1984. I really think that every generation has that feeling of the future is doomed, and I really feel like it's an accessible genre that anyone can relate to.